Okay, here we go. Suck it in. That's not original either. Okay, the starting sequence on the 220 SE is a little more simple than that 180D, but it's still kind of funky. First off, you're going to turn the key on, and you notice if I turn the key, nothing happens here. The start switch is actually a button. Those who've been around real old cars know that that wasn't all that uncommon back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So we'll just take and lightly touch the button here. Look at that little sweetheart run. One of the things I really enjoy about driving this car, it has enough power and enough performance to stay up with modern freeway traffic. And that's really something for a 1959 car. It also handles and rides well. Once again, I wish you could actually sit in this car and feel the ride while I'm driving it. This also has a 4-speed. They call it a 4-speed on the tree, meaning on the column here. Pull it back. If I pull it all the way back until I hear that little click and put it up, that's reverse. But if I just pull it back to the first detent and then up, that puts it in first gear. Reach down, same type of emergency brake, pull back, twist, and release. And now I can start to ease out the clutch. I'm going to open the wind wing here because, you know, these cars have wind wings. That's cool. We're getting a little fog on the windshield here. So look at that old wood dash. I haven't even refinished the dash. This car is pretty much all original, including all the interior, except it has been repainted once in the original color. And I acquired this car from the original owner about 10 years ago. Now I've warmed up the engine, so we'll do a little power pull out here if we can and get out into this traffic. And you can see the difference between this car and the 180. Okay, here we go. Running, yeah. Little stutter there. I have to admit I don't drive this car as much as I should, but once it warms up, it also has power brakes. And after driving the 180, where you have to really reef on the brakes, you get in this 220, and with these power assist brakes, it can be a little jerky. Now I'm just going to sit here and we'll just cruise down this road, get up to about 60 miles an hour, and you can kind of feel how it's very quiet and very smooth. It has, you know, independent suspension, overhead cam engine. But if you watched my other video road test in the 108, I wish I had a lower ratio rear end in this car. Now I'm cruising along here at about 50, and this engine's revving up pretty good. Probably noticed that the 180D looks very similar to this 220 SE. It's because they actually have the same body. From the firewall aft, the bodies are identical. But when they decided to install a 6-cylinder gas engine, they elongated the nose, longer fenders, longer hood, and of course, when they built the S-Class, they put a lot extra chrome and some other fancy stuff on it. So the basic body is the same, but the front end is totally different on this big S-Class sedan. This was kind of the beginning era of the S-Class as we know it today. Now let's see if I can do a little better on the braking here. Now that I remember I'm in the 220. And this thing will stop pretty well compared to the 180D. Okay, now that this little sweetheart is fully warmed up, let's put it to the power test now. I'm not gonna... you can see I'm already at 50. She'll go right up to 90 miles an hour. So this is no slouch of a car to drive today's traffic. You probably look at that speedometer, that's something that's a little different. You know, it's got a sliding needle that goes back and forth. Let's hurry up and wait. And this isn't even rush hour traffic here. What's going on? Sorry about that. Well, we're back at the farm. I hope you enjoyed the little excursion in this 220 SE. By the way, this is a very rare car. They made quite a number of these with carbureted engines, but fewer than 2,000 of these were built as sedans with a fuel-injected engine. And to turn this one off, you just reach down and turn the key off and pull it out.